Reuben Clark, for those of you who remember. They, and this is a quote, they, general authorities, sometimes have spoken out of turn. You will recall the prophet Joseph declared that a prophet is not always a prophet, close quote. He continues, even the president of the church himself may not always be moved upon by the Holy Ghost, close quote, when he addresses the people. This has happened about matters of doctrine, usually of a highly speculative nature. President Reuben Clark. Policy or doctrine, this too has been discussed, but I'll touch on it briefly. Again, 1954, David O. McKay. There is not now and never has been a doctrine in this church that the Negroes are under a divine curse. There is no doctrine in the church of any kind pertaining to the Negro. We believe that we have a scriptural precedence for withholding the priesthood from the Negro. It is a practice, not a doctrine, and the practice will someday be changed, and that's all there is to it, close quote. And that is from the writings of Sterling McMurrin, and it's also included in the new book by Greg Prince and Robert Wright on President McKay, going from his notes, his own desktop notes. Here's another man whom I was privileged to know. I knew President McKay, I knew President Brown. In 1969, President Hugh B. Brown proposes that the church's priesthood restriction be removed. This change is approved by the Quorum of the 12 and the First Presidency, with President McKay and Harold B. Lee absent. President McKay is incapacitated due to age, and President Lee is out of the country. When President Lee returns, he asks for further discussion. This time, the proposal to change the policy is rejected. I knew Brother Lee, had personal conversations with him. President Kimball, 1973, upon becoming president of the church, Spencer W. Kimball is asked about the priesthood restriction. He states, quote, the day might come when the blacks would be given the priesthood. Should that day come, it will be a matter of revelation, close quote, and I totally agree. It took revelation by God to set right something that had gotten somehow misplaced. The long-promised day, 1st of June, 1978, revelation is received, granting priesthood to all worthy males, regardless of race. President Kimball states, quote, I offered the final prayer, this revelation, and the assurance came to me so clearly that there was no question about it. I knew the time had come, close quote. And we have one of our active apostles today, Elder Dallin Oaks. Quote, God made a covenant with Abraham and promised him that through him all families or nations of the earth would be blessed. If ye be Christ's, then are ye Abraham's seed. Neither riches, nor lineage, nor any other privilege of birth should cause us to believe that we are better one to another.